It's just like it's dancing music now. It's like
It's totally
it's top 40 tonight at the Hive. Jay Peckham dancing.
Yeah, it's not a pretty picture.
I want people to stay.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're live from the concourse here once again with the Sarnia Sting. Tonight, the action is against the Sudbury Wolves.
Yep.
And the Sting have had like a week here to kind of practice, right?
I don't know. Recharge, gear up.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, there's probably lots of good words we could throw out there.
Right. What's your impression so far? I mean, it's early to tell, but let's go. Like people are really hard, right? I mean, they're like, I'm like, yeah, but there's like 60 more games left. You know,
there is. There's
this
lots
doesn't have to be how the whole season's going to go.
No, there's lots of hockey, and I think, I mean, I would imagine the back office is probably looking at the team, and saying, well, what can we do here and stuff like that. Like, I mean, this is a constant work in progress, right? So, I'd be looking to, to shore up a bit of defense, whether that's working with the existing guys and seeing if they can elevate their game, or, maybe trying to find somebody that's going to slot in there and make them worried for their job. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, there's a lots of different strategies you can take for that, but I think defense is really that's the one problem I seem to see. We got no shortage of guys that they can go to the net and make and score points, score goals and stuff. But what we do seem to struggle with is a bit of defense, and
seems to be a common denominator for this team.
It does. I mean, that's a bit of a history, right? There, because I want to say we had the same defense conversation last year and probably the year before that.
Yeah. So what is it? Why can't we break this cycle? If that's what it is.
I think it depends on your focus when you're looking at building the team, right? So I know that this year we were really looking at trying to get some guys with some size to them. And we did that. I mean, we've got a couple of guys that are 6'3", 6'4", in and around there. And, you put them on the defense and they're imposing figures and stuff like that. But, if the other teams that we play against realize that, oh, no, this guy's just a big, soft teddy bear and stuff, then they're going to take advantage. And
they discover our weaknesses quickly, right?
Yes.
When we're out there. And but I would say that we just saw Nolan Burke up on the board. Like he's really been coming through.
Yeah, for sure.
Limpar Lance there, and
a bunch of good games.
Max Nemesnikov showing up a lot more this season,
I agree.
as we've been hoping for quite some time.
Yep.
So we'll see what this week of being away from it all and having to play back-to-back games. Although they do have another game tomorrow night, but throughout this week, did they take advantage of that time to be able to work on some new skills and maybe hone some existing ones?
And I think the thing is that we need that spark, that how bad do you want it kind of thing. Like we need to get some urgency into our play.
Right.
I think that was the other thing I noticed. And it just seems when we have the urgency, we tend to play really well. Like when that pace is way up there. And we're making them play at our speed, and we ratchet it up a little bit. That's where we really shine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we certainly have some fairly quick young guys on this team that know how to get to where they need to be, and they can really drive that pace up a bit. And I think if we do that, shore up a little defense and want it, I think we got a pretty decent team this year.
Yep, I agree. Okay, well, Sudbury, they're obviously here to win. A fairly decent team so far this year as well.
Yep.
One of the questions you had, and I don't know if you watched it, but I did ask your question at the post-game press conference. And
yes, you did.
There was an answer, right?
Yes, there was.
And do you agree with it? let's go back just for those of you who are watching. So Jay was regularly getting upset when they're going down there and they're giving her, and then they pass the puck backwards. He's like, why would you pass the puck backwards when you've already covered that territory and now pass it back? And, oh, who's that, right? Somebody's looking for you.
That's one of our little daycare kids that goes to Catherine's daycare.
All right.
My
So
wife's daycare.
passing the puck backwards, you thought, well, why would you do that? But I think it was Nolan Burke, actually,
Yep.
that answered the question. He said, well, it's if you don't have quite enough speed, you've got some other guys coming in that got a ton of speed, and you've got the time you pass it back so they can grab it and grab the speed. And then I actually asked him the question. I said, and where'd you get the hat? And he thought I said, where did you get that? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
said, well, I don't know, the NHL.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm curious if you like that answer.
Well, you know what? I think that if that's what actually happened every time they did that,
Right.
then I would probably believe it a whole lot more.
You'd feel better about it.
I'd feel better about that answer.
Okay.
Because, you know, in theory, that's what it should be used for, right? But if you're using it too often and you tend to cough up the puck and you're making your forward guys stop
Yeah.
at the blue line before, you know, so that they're not creating an offside situation, then it's not really that effective.
So it's like anything else. When used properly,
Yes.
so if you're cutting the knife, don't use the backside.
No.
That's the wrong way
No,
to use
and
the knife.
don't stick
Okay.
your fingers out like this with,
Okay.
you know,
All
like,
right.
yeah.
So when used properly. Okay.
When
I
used
wasn't,
properly.
I thought when he answered, I thought makes complete sense to me. And they're the guys playing the hockey, so like,
Yeah.
what do we know? I guess, right? So, I was very. I've been looking forward to this day
Yeah.
to bring that forward to you.
No, and I did watch it. So I mean, I did watch that
Yeah.
that interview.
I could feel your presence.
Yes, and like I said, you know, I'm not disagreeing with it.
Hang
Oh,
on,
we-
we got
we got-
stand over here in front of the camera, guys. Stand over here. We'll get you. We got some. No, over here. See, there's the camera. Let's get it. There you go.
We got some.
Okay, you're
fans
live.
there.
You're live now.
You're live. Woohoo!
Right? Okay. There's the Sting fan.
Few Sting
Okay.
fans.
Few Sting fans. All right,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. Woohoo! You're stealing Jay Beckham's thunder.
No, that's okay. Steal away.
And, oh my goodness, we got stormtroopers here. and
Stormtroopers and
It's Halloween at the hut.
Chickens.
You didn't even, I'm kind of disappointed. You didn't even say,
that's my Felicity chicken.
nice costume, David. Like,
Well,
this is my
I did. I loved it. The Spider-Man gig.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
Somebody said to me, are we going to climb walls? And I was like, there was a time.
there was a
There was
time.
a time. Let's talk about our lineups here. Changed a little bit again, like Burke, Limpar, Lance, and Voigt.
I think that's been a standard line
Right.
for us, right? I like that.
Nemesnikov, Sikik, and Martone. I think that's been pretty standard,
Yeah,
too.
that's a good one.
McDonnell, Wainwright, and Vilmanis.
I love that line. Yeah.
And Doucette, Way, and Harper. That's
So Doucette's back in.
Yeah.
He's been out for a bit. So I like that because I mean I think Tyson Doucette he impressed me in the early going.
Yeah.
And at camp prior to the season. I thought I liked his speed. I liked his urgency. You know, I think he brought a lot to the team. So
well, and that's something you were mentioning earlier.
Yep.
So maybe
it'd be
he's
nice to
part of
see
that,
him.
bringing that to life for this
Yeah,
team.
it'd be nice to see him see what he can do now that he's been gone for a little bit.
Cooper Way, we haven't really seen a lot from
No,
him, but
not yet.
I don't know the expectations really there. We talked about, that with the trade with Ryder McIntyre. Kind of an even trade there. They're both about the same weight, same height, same points. So, who knows the reasoning behind it. But
Hard to say. It depends on, this could be just that sort of settling in period.
Yeah, maybe.
But, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. I don't know.
These creatures are everywhere. It's like, oh, look at this. Come on over here to the camera. We got to get you on camera here. Look at this. We got stormtroopers here.
Yes, we
and
do.
Stealing Baby Yoda, right? Baby Yoda, yeah. Put that up
there.
there.
We go.
So this is the Sarnia Street Cruisers are doing their trunk or treat at Hiawatha. They did it last year.
Nice.
They've got like 90 cars that are going to be at Hiawatha this year. Kids 12 and under, you can bring them out and bring a canned food donation. Goes to the end of the Good Shepherd. And you're going to have like stormtroopers there, and we're going to have like R2-D2 is going to be there, and some other ghosts and ghouls. You get the point. It's trunk or treat. And an amazing response from the community for candy donations and other donations. It's like not going to run out of candy. They did it last year, ran out of candy.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
I'll
be there live on location as well.
Perfect.
It's from 4 to 6, but I wouldn't wait. I really wouldn't wait.
No, for sure.
All right, back to it. Let's talk about so like Davio Mast and Hoover and Richie, and like it's all pretty much standard, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that they're splitting up Chandler Romeo and Ryan Mast.
Yeah. Okay.
Together, that's a recipe for disaster.
Why is that? Are they fighting for position out there?
It's hard to say because you know what, the truth is when they're on a line together, and on the ice together, it just something doesn't work.
It's not clicking.
And I can't put my
gel
finger
is
on
not
it,
there.
but there's just something that doesn't function the way it needs to.
Okay.
And unfortunately, those particular moments, we tend to cough up a few goals here and there. So.
All right. Well, we'll see what changes there. The Sarnia Sting are preparing fan bus trips. They've got some coming up. I think it's 19th and 20th of November. You believe, like, it's November.
It's
pretty
crazy.
Much, right?
Crazy.
And here we are. And, these seasons go by fairly quickly. And I know you've been to, like, every barn in the O, so definitely some bragging rights there for this guy. Do you see yourself going on any fan bus trips, even on your own or whatever this year?
Hard to say right now. I mean, unfortunately, this season for me, I got a lot going on in my personal life, which is kind of not making it easy for me to get out and do the road trip. But we do have a few road trips that I think we're interested in. Whether or not we're going to do the fan bus or not, I don't know. Because typically I've loaded up a van full of my own guys and we just go. So
I know I'll be on the road, and I think Jake Borey is going to join me. I think we're going to be partners in crime on that.
Oh, nice!
I have never been. People ask me, "Oh, do you just do the home games?" I'm like, I've just never. And
road trips are fun, man. I gotta say, especially if there's a little shenanigans involved. Yeah, you never, everything's much more fun with shenanigans, right?
Absolutely.
Ask Laura.
Oh, there we go. Hutchison.
Laura's wearing
what the heck
stripes.
is that? Wearing the Hutchison referee outfit. Wow.
Yeah.
Not talking to you.
Oops. Nope. No.
She's a referee.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. She'd throw me in the sin bin. Let me tell you.
She wouldn't take any crap from me.
No, not at all.
I'm looking forward to it because I've never been on a hockey road trip. Never.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I might be. There's chatter of me showing up as media, maybe down at London and Windsor and some close areas there. So we're looking forward to doing that. So they're sending me on the road a little bit this year.
No, it's all good, man.
Which will be a great experience.
It is. It's a ton of fun, because every building is different, and fans are different, and
right.
Lots of great experiences out there to be had.
Well, we'll see what's coming up here with these two teams facing each other here tonight. It's a Friday night at the Hive, and it's Halloween at the Hive. We're going to have kids are going to be out at intermission, doing a parade across the ice, and some of the Sting players might be. Anyway, it's going to be a fun night, but it's time to get playing hockey, get back to the fundamentals.
Got to play some hockey.
And bring some spring into your game, I guess, is what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%. Right? I think we need
to get excited to be here.
Jack up the pace. You got to want it, because these teams will take it away from you if you don't.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, we will be back here first period intermission. Of course, we'll have post-game press conference later, but let's get through the first period, and we'll be back here to give you some updates with the Sarnia Sting. I'm David Burrows, and this is Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!